victory in the middle game of their midweek series. A day-night doubleheader continues. Jonathan Tripp on the bump. It's a swing and a foul ball off the bat of Devin Hairston here to make the count 0-2. We join this game already 1 out into the top of the first. In game 1, we're having some technical difficulties connecting with our iTunes. I believe we've gotten that all ironed out here for the nightcap tonight. Fastball is left up. Count will be 1-2 to Hairston. Dalton Fournette led off. That's all you missed. Eric Brody and Paul Frischner with you from UC Health Stadium. Freedom taking game 1, 8-1. Rolling into the middle game. A 1-2 pitch. Swung foul tip back to the screen. Jonathan Tripp, the 6'4", Spring, Texas native. Two-time All-Star in the Frontier League, signed a pro contract with the Cincinnati Reds organization last season. Got promoted after first being designated to their rookie team. Here's an early strikeout. Fastball waved at and missed. Readies and fires. Two-seam fastball that misses out. Ball 1. 82 degrees at first pitch here in game 2. Umpire crew behind the plate. Ben Levin. Bryce McCullough on the bases. Same two from game 1. Just flip-flop in their respective positions. Here's a fastball from Tripp. It's outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes on the Lexington Legends. Freedom in the pearly home white uniforms, Legends in the blue tops, green sleeves, gray road pants. Trips too low, looking for the outside edge. Won't get the call from Ben Levin. He falls behind 3-0. Trying to fight all the way back. Here's Tripp. He'll do so on this pitch, no doubt about it. Fastball right down the middle. First pitch was right at 7:05 tonight. For those keeping a professional book in our viewing audience. 3-1, and that's going to miss outside. A 2-out walk and a rarity from Jonathan Tripp, who specializes in filling up the zone early enough. His talent, Jonathan Tripp, didn't get started as he is tonight, as he's gone all battle for the trail home. But he made the name for himself that he has here in Florence as the vaunted late innings relief pitcher, the closer. Being a setup man early in his career. Big swing and miss from Nick King on the first pitch fastball. Another 7-inning game on tap here in the nightcap. The 0-1 pitch, that's there. Outer third. The righty, King. In the bad spot to be facing this guy, Tripp. 0-2. Wasting no time. The righty deals. Throwing the hands and sending a foul ball off the net. Well, the Freedom first base dugout to stay alive, but an uncomfortable swing. That Jonathan Tripp fastball. Righty has his pitch. The 0-2 takes a little long and is fouled straight back, taking off from first base. And still second. Whitaker reached on the block. Righty deals again, 0-2, just missing the outside edge. Starts from Craig Massey to lead things off for the Freedom. Bottom one, no score. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you on a muggy night at UC Health Stadium. Freedom taking game one of tonight's doubleheader 8-1, and all business as they take the field here in the bottom of the first. Craig Massey, another tremendous performance in the leadoff spot. 3 hits in the leader of this series. First pitch from Robbie Rowland. A strike on the outer third. It's 0-1. A lot of Frontier League talent in this battle of the Bourbon Trail, and the pitcher for the Legends, Robbie Rowland, one of them. The 0-1 pitch takes a little off. Big swing and a miss from Massey, who was out in front of the off-speed from Rowland. But this right-hander started the rotation for the Southern Illinois Miners, the heated rival of the Freedom in the Frontier League. 0-2 pitch, slow chopper, foul back behind home plate. Rowland rocking the throwback stirrup sock look. White sanitaries, knee-high royal blue stirrup socks. Rocks the Under Armour sleeve on the glove hand. Nothing but skin on that throwing arm. 0-2 from Rowland. Belted down the right field line, but this one is going to be foul. Long looking for the sign from the right-hander who has his pitch. Little hesitation from the rocker step. Now the 0-2 popped up but out of play on the third base side. Massey's fight will continue as this one crashes down on top of us. Former minor versus minor here. Massey and Rowland. Another 0-2. Another foul ball. Massey spoiling pitches, getting Robbie Rowland's pitch count up here in the early goings. Rowland deals another 0-2. Pulls the string, gets the strikeout. Massey out in front of the changeup. Terrific pitch from Rowland. And he's got a very tough hitter out to start the bottom of the first. But the good thing for the Freedom is this lineup is chocked full of good hitters. Here's the man leading the club in batting average, and he's got himself another base hit. Going the other way, a line drive. Beebe down the line and right, caroming around in the corner. Danzero has too easy. He's up standing at second. The man just does not get out. 4th hit today. 1 game and an inning and a third into game 2. He's already got 4 base hits, his first double of the day. And Danzero is going to be flirting with a .500 batting average. Double brings up Chad Sedio, who had a quiet game 1 despite the success offensively for the Freedom in an 8-1 victory. Sedio did not have a base hit, a run scored, or an RBI. That might change. Here's a swing and a bullet peppered right center field, way back and gone. A 2-run shot for Chad Sedio, his 6th round tripper of the season. And just like that, it's 2-0 Freedom. A no-doubter from Chad Sedio. Brings up A.J. Bumpus. Roland's first pitch to him, a breaking ball that swung at and missed. Bumpus a fantastic first game. Was on base 3 times, couple of base hits, 2 RBIs. His 0-1, in on the hands and fouled off on the third base side. Out of play. 0-2 to the Reds product. Good pitch from Roland, but it just missed on the outer third. Trying to sneak the heat past Bumpus, but couldn't find the zone. Right back to work, the 1-2. Good pitch. Off speed and a strikeout. Bumpus goes down with the swing. So mixed results for Robbie Roland here in the first inning. A couple of strikeouts, but a double and a mammoth 2-run homer. Johnny Knight to try to extend the bottom of the first with the Freedom already in front by a pair. Roland fires, slider and out. 1-0. Knight, like Bumpus before him, on base 3 times in game 1, 3 RBIs to lead the club in that 8-1 victory. Here's the 1-0. Down at the shoes. Roland rocks and fires. Hard line shot back up the box and through into center field. This inning will continue as Knight hands the bat to Austin Riggins, who will come to the plate with the man at first base and 2 dead. Riggins trying to get off the schneid. 4 strikeouts in an 0-for-4 day to put in the rearview mirror in his first at bat here in game 2. Good start. Fastball's off the plate. It's 1-0. Roland all the way over on the third base side of the rubber, working from the stretch. Gets a wave and a miss to even the sequence 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, no doubt, breaking ball crosses at the knees. Seemingly always in a 2-strike count when you're struggling, and that's the way it's gone for Riggins here this afternoon. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Riggins down on strikes, and Robbie Roland will strike out the side in a very wacky bottom of the first inning for the power right-hander. 3 strikeouts, but 2 runs allowed. A Brian Danzero double bleeds right in to a Chad Setio 2-run homer. And the Freedom go to the second in front 2-zip at UC Health Stadium. go to the top of the second. Freedom in front 2-0 on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you from UC Health Stadium. Freedom trying to make it 2 wins in a Wednesday doubleheader. Sam Claycamp in the box, falling behind 0-1. As another Jonathan Tripp fastball is commanded on the outside edge for an early advantage. Tripp. The 0-1. This one's hit hard into center field, but the park will hold it. Austin Riggins, slight back pedal. He'll make the catch in left center. 1 away. Jacob Schuler got to rest in game 1 today, but he's back behind the plate here in the nightcap. Hitting in the 6 hole for Eddie Brooks' Legends. Left-handed stick. First pitch. Not off by much. Fastball looked to be on the outer third to the lefty Schuler. But Tripp won't get the call. It's 1-0. Schuler swinging the cherry wood bat at the barrel. Blonde handle. 1-0. Good pitch. That is a strike. And a 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch. Look out, Schuler. He'll spin away from a high and in fastball. Schuler with the long blonde flow hanging below the helmet. Shoulder length there. 2-seam fastball. 2-2 count. We have yet to see Schuler take a swing, but he has seen 4 pitches from Jonathan Tripp. The 2-2. Little flare out to short, but Brian Danzero into shallow left makes the catch. And there are 2 outs in the visitor side of the second. Peter Bacchino in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him. He's greeted with a fastball at the knees. 0-1. Tripp wasting no time. 1 pitch into the next. The 0-1. A little low. Congratulations to Nick Bennett. And if his family's in our viewing audience tonight, Nick got his first win of 2020. Game 1 earlier this evening. 1-1 pitch. High cheddar. Swung at and missed. We've seen Bennett go a little bit longer in 3 starts here in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, increasing his workload by 1 inning in each of those first 3 appearances. Went 6 strong innings to improve to 1-0 on the season. The 1-2 pitch fouled off the foot of Bacchino. When he collects himself, he'll be in a 1-2 count. Tripp on the first base side of the rubber does not bother with a windup. The 1-2 sweeping slider through the wickets of Lucas Owens. It's a drop third. And Tripp now with 3 strikeouts. But Bacchino, opportunistic. The sweeping slider was such a nasty pitch, the catcher couldn't corral it. Went right through the wickets to the backstop. And it gives Austin Newman a chance. With 2 outs and a man at first. First pitch to him. He once fouls it straight back. Falls behind. The 0-1. Late swing. 0-2. Trip already set. 0-2, swung at and missed. Jonathan won't mind the drop third strike. It gave him a chance to get another strikeout in the second inning. Total up to 4. And the Freedom come to the plate, bottom 2, leading by 2 on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. Lucas Owens, Cameron Day Suggs, Travis Graves, the due-up trio of Freedom hitters in the bottom of the second. That's the bottom third of Dennis Pelfrey's batting order. 2-0 your score. Freedom already in front. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you. As Lucas Owens digs in to face the righty Robbie Rowland, who struck out 2 in a 2-run bottom of the first. First pitch swinging in a line drive bullet into right. Good start to game 2 for Lucas Owens. A well-struck single as he gets an opportunity to catch here in the nightcap.
And the thing today about the Freedom hitting, Aaron, is that they haven't waited around. They've been attacking early in counts, and as you see right there on the first pitch of the inning, not wasting any time, going up there hacking and pulling the ball into right field.
Definitely don't want to fall behind to this guy, Rowland. He's got a plethora of pitches he'll put you away with. Cameron Day Suggs in the box. Looked to be a cut piece. A fastball with movement away from the right-handed hitter, but it was in the zone for a called strike 1. Suggs got himself a base hit in game 1. The usual catcher playing left field for the Freedom today. Big swing and a miss at a breaking ball from Rowland. And the 2 pitches we've seen to Cameron Day Suggs, you're getting to see a little bit of that assortment of pitches this confident right-hander has. A tough slider that leads right into a 12-6 knee-buckling breaking ball that drops right off the table. If you can get just a straight fastball, I don't blame you for swinging at the first pitch. Runner takes off. Owens has himself a stolen base as Jacob Schuler's throw behind the plate was nowhere close. It sailed into center.
Aaron, I don't have the stat, but has a Freedom runner been thrown out at second yet this year?
I'm sure they have because they run so often, but I do not remember off the top of my head the instance that it occurred, if it has.
I can't think of a time when a runner was...
Probably not at home. I don't think at home they have yet. Tough part is always knowing what's going on in the games in Lexington.
Yeah. Yes, of course. That's I guess what I was referring to here. I feel like every time the Freedom have gotten a jump off first base to go into second, it's been nearly automatic. If not automatic.
1-2 to Suggs. Look out. Fastball ran in. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cameron. Roland readies at the chest, staring at Owens at second. Now is 2-2. Line drive, right field. This is sinking. It's in the sun, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Owens is going to try to score. The relay is going to be to second, and Cameron Day Suggs continues the good work at the plate. Goes the other way, has himself an RBI single, and the Freedom lead it by 3-0.
Another good piece of hitting. Take an outside pitch, go away.
RBI knock brings up Travis Graves, who got his first hit in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail and did so with authority, a triple to right center in Game 1 earlier this evening. All sorts of renewed confidence for this guy in the box. All of 19 years old. Tough pitch from Roland on the first offering. He took, and it was the wise decision. This one just missing outside for ball 1 to Graves. Roland deals the 1-0 and misses down and in.
It's hard to understate, Aaron, how nice it is to be back at a baseball stadium with fans in the stands on a bright blue sky sunny day in August.
Nothing quite like it. Early steal for Cameron Day Suggs. Roland steps off, fires to second, but the ball's in and out of the mitt of Newman over there. And Suggs has the bag stolen, so even when you take off and the pitcher can spin and throw to second, the Freedom still wind up at the next base.
That's incredible.
Guess you would consider that another terrific jump.
Yeah, I guess. Running out of ways to phrase things.
2-0 is swung on and missed. Communication may have been a little bit lacking for the Legends on that. Roland did step off, but it seemed like Suggs was a good 3 or 4 steps closer to second when word finally got to the pitcher. 2-1. Make it 2-2. Another whiff at the plate. Time called. Travis Graves got impatient. I don't blame him. Robbie Roland taking a long time to get on the same page with Jacob Schuler. And I don't know if they're still on the same page. Roland stepping off, putting his hands on his hips, looking at his catcher. He's obviously got a very particular pitch in mind, and Schuler hadn't thrown it down yet. Now he does. Roland comes set. Suggs takes off for third. It was a glorified pitch out. Schuler's throw to the bag's not nearly in time, and sliding in safely is Cameron Day Suggs. He arrived with authority.
This is incredible.
Slid into the base, made contact at the Claycamp, and Claycamp's glove fell off, so he couldn't place the tag. That's a good hard slide into the base. Clean play.
Everybody knows they're stealing, and they still steal it successfully.
Breaking ball gets the strikeout. Graves was out in front. If you want to know the respect level for the Legends in terms of this Freedom offense, look no further than the fact they've already dropped their infield in across the diamond in a 3-0 game as Craig Massey steps in the box. And this is not the kind of guy you want to be standing a little over 90 feet away from. Seems like everything off Massey's bat lately has been an absolute bullet. First pitch, good back foot breaking ball. Massey started to go. Robbie Roland wants an appeal, but he won't get it. It's just going to be ruled ball 1 by Ben Levin behind the plate. The 1-0's outside. Scouting report clearly indicating to not go fastballs early in the count to Massey. He's seen a strict diet of off-speed from Roland, and tip your cap to the pitcher. He got Massey the first time. A rare strikeout for this leadoff hitter. 2-0 pitch, a good pitcher's pitch. Called strike one. One out, a man at third base, and a 3-0 game, the Freedom lead. Legends with their infield in all the way across the diamond in the bottom of the second inning. 2-1, gets to the backstop. Suggs is going to try to score. Schuler picks it up, dives at the plate, but Suggs is in there. And Schuler a little slow to get up. May have taken a cleat to the mouth on the feet first slide from Suggs. Brian Jett, the Freedom trainer, out to take a look at the catcher, but he doesn't seem too interested in an evaluation. At least not from Brian Jett. He'll talk to his manager, Eddie Brooks. You heard Dennis Pelfrey, who was mic'd up with us today, telling runner after runner at third base that if the ball gets to the backstop, go. It doesn't come off the backstop with much pop. It dies back there, and it's hard to get guys out at the plate. Well, in that instance, Suggs did what his manager and take a very friendly Legends bounce, allowing Schuler to pick up the ball and dive towards the plate. But even then, Suggs was right there. So Suggs steals second and third, scampers home on a wild pitch, and in all three instances, he was just ahead of the baseball. 3-1 to Massey's, down and in, a 5-pitch walk, and allow the merry-go-round to start all over. Another Freedom base runner. And the impossible hitter to retire, Brian Danzero, making his way to the plate. 4 hits and 5 at-bats today, and entered with a .447 batting average.
Yeah, that's good.
That'll work.
We'll take that. That'll play.
Danzero has broken the game. This guy's going to be in the big leagues next year. Massey takes off on the first pitch, running game going, and an easy steal. Throw was a little bit closer in this instance from Jacob Schuler, but still not nearly in time to get the base runner.
It's almost like you should give the Legends, it's like no matter how much of a head start you give them, the Freedom are still sliding in half second, a full second ahead of the tag.
.1-0 to Danzero, swung on, rifled down the left field line this time. That's going to be a base hit. That 2 hops off the wall. Massey walking home to score, and Brian Danzero with his second double in his mini at-bats. 1 to right, 1 to left. He hits to all fields, and he gets a hit about every time he's in there.
Stay hot.
Brings up Chad Sedio, who hit a mammoth 2-run homer his first time up. It was the exact same situation. 1 out, Danzero at second when he homered back in the first. First pitch fastball and a strike. You almost wonder if Sedio wants a do-over on that pitch. I don't think he thought there was any shot he would get a fastball that looked to be knee-high right down the middle on the first pitch after hitting a tape measure homer. But he just did, and Roland got ahead with it. Righty stares at Danzero, now offers home. A changeup. That's a strike on the outer edge. 0-2 to Sedio. Roland close from the set position. Long pause and hikes the leg. Climbs the ladder, gets a swing and a miss from Sedio. He was a little bit late on the neck-high fastball. And Sedio is out number 2 to bring up A.J. Bumpus. Here's a fun fact for you. We've talked on and on and on about Brian Danzero at the plate, all the base hits, the gaudy batting average, but that RBI double for Danzer, as they call him, plating just his second RBI of the season. A.J. Bumpus in the box. Breaking ball falls flat. Easy take for ball one. But in all those base hits, this only the second time he was able to bring a run home. One-0. Good fastball and a late swing. 1-1. What makes that stat even more of an anomaly for me is just how often Freedom hitters are on base. This 1 through 9 is enjoying just tons of success offensively. 1-1 pitch. A generous strike, and Bumpus will step out in frustration as he falls behind 1-2. 2 outs. Danzero at second, and the Freedom already in front, 5-0. 2 first inning runs, 3 more in the second. And the Legends aren't out of harm's way yet. A man in the box with a couple RBIs and a couple base hits today. Fastball's up, maybe out.
To his credit, Robbie Rowland looking for his 6th strikeout already here. In fact, every out.
All the outs. It's a good little drop in there. The Legends defense turning into skeletons out there. They have not been used once, at least in terms of recording an out. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and they still won't be. So the weird start for Robbie Rowland continues. He has struck out 6 batters and 6 outs, but trails by 5. This Freedom offense is loaded, and they're flexing in Game 2 of our day-night doubleheader at UC Health Stadium. 5-zip as we go to the third next on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. On to the top of the third in a 5-0 game, and in for the play-by-play, my partner, Paul Fritchner.
Thank you, Aaron. Here in the top of the third, it's 5-0 Florence as Jonathan Tripp starts off Riley Wilbur, the number 9 hitter in this Lexington lineup with a ball and a strike. 1-1 here. The top of the third, 9-1-2 due up for Lexington. Wilbur takes a strike and Tripp efficiently ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Florence scored 2 in the first and 3 in the second en route to this 5-0 lead. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's the 5th strikeout So all but one out in this game so far has been recorded. Excuse me. All but 2 outs in this game so far have been recorded via the strikeout. Incredible.
Couple of plus arms, guys that were making money to play baseball back in 2019.
First pitch outside with a fastball, ball and no strikes. To the leadoff batter, Dalton Cornett. He flew out to left. Oh, excuse me, 3. I promise I can count. The 1-0 taken into left. This one drifting and about 15 feet foul to the left of the left field foul line. Counts even at 1. Lexington still looking for a base knock here in the top of the third. The second of 2 7-inning games. The 1-1. Grounder to short. Nope, that's to second. And down on it, throw on to first. It's Travis Graves. And there's 2 quick outs in the inning. Devin Hairston now to the plate with 2 outs. Lexington only has 2 base runners. One of them via the walk. That was Matt Winokur. He's waiting on deck. And Peter Bacino, he reached on a drop third strike. First pitch here to Hairston. And it's off the glove of a diving Chad Setio from short. Danzaro cuts it off, but the throw not in time. And that's an infield single for the Lexington Legends' first hit.
All good things must come to an end eventually. Seeing eye ground ball gets the job done, but do you think Brian Danzero's having fun out there?
Oh, he cut that off, and even still you thought maybe he'd have a shot at it. But with Speedy Hairston, wasn't all that close.
Very difficult play to make, but Danzero's going to try to get it done by God. Just everywhere out there.
So now it's Matt Winokur who walked his first time up, and he takes the first pitch ball outside. The first game, Winokur, he reached once by a hit by pitch. He lined out and he grounded out. Runner off first is Hairston. Not a very big lead for him, but there he goes on to second. The throw from Lucas Owens is not in time. Hairston's in there with a stolen base. Got to manufacture some runs somehow. Pitch was upstairs. So Winokur now in a 2-0 count with a runner in scoring position. That's the first runner in scoring position here in this game for the Legends. 2-0. High cheese. And he misses on that swing. Now here comes the 2-1 from Jonathan Tripp off the first base side of the rubber. Tries to work him inside again on the hands, but this time Winokur able to lay off. It's 3 balls and a strike. We've seen Tripp trying to sequence him up there. He bit on the pitch before it. Now a hitter's count at 3-1. Big gap in right center field. Austin Riggins shaded over toward left center. Here's the 3-1, and that fastball is off the plate away for ball 4. So 2 on now, and that's the second walk that Winokur has worked. Nick King, he struck out his first time up, struck out swinging. First pitch to him, up and in. King, a late addition to the lineup today. He was 0 for 3 in the first game, 0 for 1 today. The 1-0. Fly ball lifted foul down the first base line. Now getting out toward the parking lot. The second of 2 7-inning games tonight. Here comes the 1-1. Foul to the backstop. Tripp a strike away here. Tripp looking for his 6th strikeout to match the total of his counterpart, Robbie Rowland. The 1-2, pop foul down the right field line. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nick King waiting for the pitch. Tripp now out of the stretch, ready to go. 1-2, fouled again. Good battle here. Devin Hairston waiting out on second base. Florence leading it 5-0 in the top of the third. The 1-2, swung on and missed, and that's the 6th strikeout for Jonathan Tripp. Matches the total of Robbie Rowland. And we'll head now to the bottom of the third. Florence on top 5-0 on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the third now. Paul Fritchner, Aaron Brody with you on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Florence Freedom here at UC Health Stadium tonight. Florence Y'alls down in Lexington taking on the Las Leyendas. 5-0 the Freedom lead they've scored in both innings. 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second. Can they put up 4 here in the third? Well, we'll have to see. Robbie Rowland has had a mixed bag tonight on the mound for Lexington. He has allowed those 5 runs, but he also has 6 strikeouts. All 6 outs that he's recorded tonight have come via the K. The first pitch to Johnny Knight is inside for ball 1. Johnny Knight, the 4th, singled his first time up. Here's the 1-0. Called a fastball on the outer edge. Ball and a strike. In the first game, Johnny Knight, the 4th, was not retired. Reached on a fielder's choice, a couple of singles and a walk. Now the 1-1 from Robbie Rowland. Deep to left field. This one's got a chance. This one is deep to left center, but the park's going to hold it. Short of the warning track, Matt Winokur and Riley Wilbur gave chase, but it was Wilbur who made the catch from center field. And that's the first non-strikeout out that Robbie Rowland has recorded. So Austin Riggins now, who has had a tough day, And the first pitch is a called strike to Austin Riggins. He struck out swinging his first time up. Riggins 3 strikeouts, make it 4 in the first game. The 1, that one outside, a ball and a strike. So he's 0 for 5 today with 5 Ks. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch to Riggins, swung on and missed. Strike 2. Riggins in danger again. The 1-2 pitch to Riggins. Popped up into right field. This one deep again. This one back to the wall, and Riggins. That's a way to get out of a slump. An Oppo Taco for Austin Riggins. And Florence is on the board here in the 3rd. How about the power there from Austin Riggins to go into the Florence bullpen. And that's the way to snap out of 5 straight strikeouts today in a big way.
That's what they see in Austin Riggins. He's got something. Just makes it look easy going the other way with power. Both his home runs, his multi-homer game in that doubleheader with the Y'alls last Wednesday to right. This one to right. He goes the other way with serious pop.
So now it's Lucas Owens. Owens singled and scored after stealing second his first time up. 1-0 pitch. That one's called for a strike. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike after he took the first. 6-0 now. Florence in front in the bottom of the 3rd. 1-1. Check swing. Called a ball. And it's 2-1. Austin Riggins, an absolute bomb to right field to extend the lead for the Freedom. Here's the 2-1. Ripped to first on a couple of hops. It's Peter Bacchino. He stays down on it, tags first himself, and that's 2 outs. Cameron Day Suggs now singled and scored, just like Lucas Owens. Singled, stole second, and came around to score. What can he do here with nobody on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd? First pitch floats in there for a called strike. The 0-1. Fastball just low to even the count at 1. This Florence offense does not take time off. Saw him put up 14 runs over the weekend. 24, 25 runs?
24.
In the next game, 1-1 grounded back up the middle. Here's Hairston from short, charges in, mishandles the ball, and that's an error on Devin Hairston that allows Cameron Day Suggs to reach. So Travis Graves, who struck out his first time up. It's Graves, then the lineup will turn over to Massey if the inning continues. Graves in there at second for this game. Here's the first pitch to him. Big wave at that one. Comes up empty. He's behind 0-1. Shadows encircling this field right now. Some sun out in the outfield and center, and a little bit in right. For the most part, sun beginning to set here in Florence. The 0-1 pitch upstairs and out. Counts even at 1 with 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Florence already has 1 run. Home run off the bat of Austin Riggins. Here in this inning. 1-1. Ooh. Tough one for Graves to lay off. He decided not to swing, but it still found the strike zone. So he's behind 1-2. Saw it breaking, but stayed in the zone enough to be called a strike. It's now the 1-2 pitch with 2 gone. Robbie Rowland kicks and delivers. High for ball 2 with a fastball.
Trying to go upstairs and get the punch out. Travis Graves picked it up out of the hand, read it clean. May have earned himself another fastball on a 2-2 count.
Graves takes time. Rowland was taking too long.
If Rowland thinks he can blow you away with the heater, he doesn't necessarily mess around with the off speed. Certainly if he gets into a 3-ball count, you might still see it 2-2. This is an interesting pitch here.
There goes the runner, the 2-2, and that's a swing and a miss. So we'll head to the 4th. Florence adds on a run off the bat of Austin Riggins. A solo shot to right, opposite field. Home run into the Florence bullpen. And we'll see a new arm, I believe. Nope, not a new arm. Just somebody jogging out of the bullpen, getting those steps in. Jonathan Tripp will go back to the mound here in the top of the 4th on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Top of the 4th, first pitch swinging is Sam Claycamp. He pops it up into short right center field. And out to make the catch, it's Travis Graves for the first out of the inning. Been a quiet night offensively for Lexington, and that's due in large part to the pitching of Jonathan Tripp, who has been extremely efficient for these Florence Freedom tonight. Only allowed 1 hit so far. Jacob Schuler to the plate now. He lined out to short his first time up. First pitch to Schuler. Big cut at it. Comes up empty, and he's behind 0-1. Paul Fritchner, Aaron Brody with you on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Now here's the 0-1. Up and in, it just misses. Ball on a strike. But Jonathan Tripp, as effective as he usually is, Cincinnati Reds farmhand, pitching tonight, starting and still out there here in the top of the 4th. The 1-1 pitch, low and away. Florence 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Scored in every inning. The second game of this 7-inning doubleheader. The 2-1. And a pop foul to the backstop. Count now even at 2. 6 strikeouts for Jonathan Tripp. Aaron, we've seen him pitch a lot, and he's been just splendid tonight.
He absolutely has. He's pitched with confidence. He's trusted the fastball. He's a lot like Robbie Rowland in the sense of he's going to make you show that you can handle his fastball before he bothers try to attack you with anything else. And that's really been the only pitch he's needed.
2-2. This one skied into left field. Johnny Knight, the fourth, he'll only have to come in a few steps, and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Schuler retired for the second time, and Peter Bacchino, the only member of this lineup to get on base past the 3-hole. He'll come up, and he only got on first base because of a drop third strike in the second inning. So he still struck out, but found his way to first. And Tripp starts him off with a fastball across the knees for strike 1. Aquino. Oh my. Huge home run swing, but you can't swing for 6 runs in one swing. It's like what he was trying to do there. Came up short. It's 0-2.
He's the guy that took Tripp deep for their 1 hit and 1 run on the
0-2 outside.
On Friday night, the opener of that weekend series, and he was thinking he could do it again.
Now the 1-2. Foul to the backstop. Tripp taking his time, walks out behind the mound. He's been working so quickly, just might want a deep breath there to reset. 1-2. Too high. That one across the chest. That counts even at 2. Top of the 4th, Florence in front, 6-0. The 2-2 pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3. That is strikeout number 8 for Jonathan Tripp. Peter Bacchino goes down on strikes for the second time. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Florence, they've scored in every inning. Can they keep that streak up? We'll see after this on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Well, some excitement in between innings. Lexington Legends manager Eddie Brooks was tossed by home plate umpire Ben Levin. And we're going to have to wait as Eddie Brooks still has to get off the field. Got his orange backpack on down by the Florence bullpen. And he'll take a jog right on through the fence and enjoy an early evening.
Get a head start on that hour trip home.
Maybe he'll listen to us the rest of the way.
Certainly welcome.
Well, it's Craig Massey leading off to begin this bottom of the fourth inning. Massey takes a strike. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout, but he did score a run. He walked in the second inning. And he takes strike 2 quickly behind 0-2. Ready to go again. Here comes the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. That'll squirt through into center field. Massey with his first hit of the night. He's on base to lead off this fourth inning. Game is 6-0 Florence.
Some of these guys are just frustrating. They make the game look so easy. It's an 0-2 count. Roland with 6 or 7 strikeouts tonight. He's got just a whole repertoire of pitches he can go to there. Goes to the off speed to put away Massey, and it's a rocket shot back up the box into center. An 0-2 base hit single for a guy that, like all the others, quite a tough out.
Massey now 4 for 5 today. And here's a first pitch swinging Brian Danzero. It's not a question of if he's going to get a hit. It's just going to be a question of is it extra bases or not. That one, a measly single. Might as well have been retired there.
He must be a fly on the wall in these coaches' shows and realizes he hasn't been named player of the week yet and is giving Dennis Pelfrey all sorts of fits as to why in the world not. What more has that guy got to do? He's probably wondering. But, man, what a campaign he's put together.
So here's Chad Sedio. He hit a home run in the first inning. Just cleared the right center field fence. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Eddie Brooks ejected in between innings. The manager for the Lexington Legends had some words for home plate umpire Ben Levin, who promptly tossed him. 1-0 off the end of the bat. This one's a squibber to third. Throw across his body is offline. Sam Claycamp unable, and 1 run will score. Around third comes Danzero. The throw to the plate, not in time. Danzero scores from first. Oh my. And it's 8-0. That can't happen.
Nope, and that's the first time it has today. The Legends have done a much better job playing clean defensively, but not anymore. That was an easy play. But the throw sailed, and 2 runs cross home. The Freedom continue to score in every inning. Really tough to beat this team when they do that.
So still nobody out, and A.J. Bumpus, who has struck out twice today, steps in. Out of the stretch, the first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Off first, it's Sedio. 1-0 pitch. Bumpus back up the middle. That's a base hit. Seeing eye single into center. Around second goes Sedio. He'll be in third. Runners on the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. This Florence offense cannot be stopped. And that might be it for Robbie Rowland. He might go to the bullpen here. With nobody out in the fourth, Lexington needs to make a pitching change. We'll see if they do it here or if Rowland gets one more batter. Discussion on the pitcher's mound. Rowland with 7 strikeouts today. And Rowland looks like he's going to stay in the game.
Well, we know the Legends formula. That first mound visit is never a pitching change. It's always just a check on the pitcher, maybe buy time to get the guy that is in the bullpen coming in next. A few extra precious moments to get hot. But seemingly Lexington never pulls the trigger that first time they go out there. It definitely allows you to know the pitching change is imminent in the next inning. If not, a few batters later, but usually they're never quite ready, or the guy in the bullpen, I should say, is never quite ready the time the first visit occurs.
So with nobody out and runners on the corners, Johnny Knight the fourth. A single and a fly out to center. He can keep this line moving. Already the fifth batter to come to the plate in an 8-0 game for Florence here in the bottom of the fourth. Only playing 7. Knight the fourth takes it into right field. One pitch, a single, that'll drive in a run. First to third goes Bumpus. And now going to second, it's Johnny Knight the fourth, and he slides in safely without a play.
Are we writing this?
Johnny Knight the fourth at second base, A.J. Bumpus at third. Austin Riggins to the plate. He homered his last time up just 1 inning ago, and he takes the first pitch of ball. Nine nothing Florence. And there's still nobody out in the fourth. Next pitch, fastball down the middle to even the count at 1. Lexington's pitching staff has struggled against these Florence hitters, both against the Yalls and now against the Freedom. Now the 1-1. Catches the outer part of the plate. Riggins shakes his head, didn't like that call. He's behind 0-2. Make it 1-2. 9-0 the score. 11 hits. They've been helped by 2 Lexington errors. Now the 1-2. That bounces. Here comes Bumpus to the plate from third. The throw is not in time. That's a run, and that's double digits on a wild pitch. So Austin Riggins now in a 2-2 count with a runner on third. 4 runs scored in this inning. 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 4 in the fourth. And there's still nobody out. Riggins waiting. The 2-2. Grounded to short and into left center field. Under the glove of a diving Devin Hairston. Going around first and trying for second is Austin Riggins, and he has a double. Another extra base hit. And that's 5 runs in the inning for Florence. Austin Riggins with a double, and he is broken out of his slump. 2 extra base hits in his last 2 times up. That's going to be it for Robbie Rowland, and we'll step away. We'll come back with a new pitcher after this on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. It's Austin Dubsky back out onto the mound for the Lexington Legends. If you've already heard that name today, well, it's because this is the second time he's pitched. Dubsky threw in the first game, but he only threw 1 inning, so he's back out here in game 2. The first batter he'll face is Lucas Owens. Rolls it over to first. Diving play, but unable to make the play. Unable to make the play was Peter Bacchino that threw to first, and Bacchino just threw his arms up as if to say, what more can I do here? Bacchino frustrated with himself. So it's 12-0 now. Every batter that has come to the plate in this inning has scored at some point. Lucas Owens reaching on that error. And now it's Cameron Day Suggs. It's 12-0 Florence, still with nobody out here in the 4th. The 0-1, and it bounces in the turf. Counts now even at 1. Florence has doubled their lead here in the 4th inning. That Florence offense continuing, the Freedom offense especially, to just have a heyday against this Lexington pitching. The 1-1. Fly down the right field line and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's been about 15 minutes here, 20 minutes almost. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-2 taken into center field, a line drive base hit, and Dennis Pelfrey will hold the runner at third. Lucas Owens held up. He probably could have scored fairly easily, but in a 12-0 game, no reason to risk it. Cameron Day Suggs reaches with a single. So Travis Graves up now. He's 0 for 2 tonight. It's 12-0, folks, with nobody out here in the 4th. Florence has put up 6 runs, now with runners on the corners. Graves waiting. Here's the pitch. High and away, ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Popped up foul. Will this stay in play enough to make a catch? Bacchino over, and he makes the play for the first out of the inning. So Travis Graves falls to 0 for 3 tonight, and he is the only member of this Florence Freedom lineup to not only not reach base, but to not score.
It's incredible. It's been a clinic today for the Freedom.
Craig Massey now. He's already singled and scored in this inning. First pitch to him is inside, runs to the backstop. Coming home from third is Lucas Owens. The wild pitch scores another run. Cameron Day Suggs goes to second, and it's 13-0 Florence. Cameron Day Suggs at second base. Craig Massey ahead in a 1-0 count. Grounder to short. Devin Hairston over. Throw to first, not in time. Going second to third is Cameron Day Suggs. He advances, and there's still runners on the corners. So an infield hit for Craig Massey. That's his second hit in the same inning. And again, every runner that has reached base in this inning has scored. Brian Danzero, who has singled and scored in this inning, comes up. The 11th batter of this bottom of the 4th, and there is still only 1 out. First pitch to him catches the outer half of the plate. No balls and a strike. The 0-1. Up and in. Counts now even at 1. Do a quick check here to see what's going on down in Lexington. It's 6-2 Leyendas over the Florence Yalls. Swing and a miss from Brian Danzero. He's behind 1-2. He has 2 doubles, a single, and 2 runs scored just in this game. He was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored in the first game. So 4 runs scored to combine with 6 hits. 2 extra base hits today. This one, he pops up into right field. Nick King makes the catch, tagging from third is Cameron Day Suggs. The throw to the plate, not in time. And another RBI for Brian Danzero. So officially still not retired as far as in the record book. That'll count as a sacrifice fly. So he didn't reach base, but he was still productive to drive in a run, and it's 14-0. Chad Sedio homered all the way back in the first inning. To the plate now. And it's grounded foul to the backstop. Now here comes the 0-1 pitch. Chop foul down the first base line. 0-2 with 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes to Sedio in a 14-0 game. Sedio flies it foul behind us and just caught the screen. So he stays alive. 8 runs in this inning alone. We'll have to see if Jonathan Tripp goes back out on the mound. Would surmise that maybe he doesn't, but we'll see. The 0-2 inside, ball 1. Very close, didn't miss by much. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
This is what you come to the ballpark for. Temper is flaring on a day that the Legends have been handled a couple of times. Still in the process of being handled a second time. Ben Levin just made his second ejection. The man who stepped in for Eddie Brooks just got run. And the funny thing is, it was the same thing that did it to him. Arguing balls and strikes. Umpires definitely have a very short fuse when it comes to that. And Steve Chandler next in line to get the axe.
The way he pointed, Aaron, it almost looked like he was ejecting a fan. I mean, he looked over and he pointed so directly, it almost looked like he was ejecting a fan, but, well, going down the lineup.
I actually think that was Dom Fucci, not Steve Chandler. Dom Fucci that got tossed here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, unlike Eddie Brooks, who, once he realized everybody was ready to play ball, took a jog to get it off the field, Dom Fucci, the slow walk the whole 325 feet. And having to exit through the Freedom bullpen is always an interesting wrinkle as well. But he's crossed the gate.
No, you had it right. That was Steve Chandler.
Okay.
The first pitch here, grounded into right field. Chad Cedillo reaches, and after the pause in action, Cedillo with a base hit to advance Massey to second. And this inning stays alive. This will be the 13th batter of the inning. A.J. Bumpus will come to the plate. This inning has lasted over a half hour, just this half inning.
Well, and for the fans at home, too, that might be thinking that the level of play just isn't up to snuff, facing the Freedom, these games, so lopsided.
Here's the first pitch, low and in.
The guys that have thrown today for the Legends have been Robbie Rowland and Austin Dubsky. Those two guys were teammates for the Southern Illinois Miners. So these are pro pitchers. You got affiliated guys littered throughout. Now, I'm not saying this Freedom team isn't loaded, maybe top to bottom the most talented team in this thing, but
1-0, foul down the left field line and out of play. Go ahead, Aaron.
But they are just overmatching a team of largely professional players night after night as they look to have kind of reached their mid-season form a couple weeks into the season. 14 more runs tonight, scored 24 runs last week, and these guys are still gelling. That's what's scary. What are their numbers going to be at the end of the year?
14 runs on 15 hits for Florence. 1-1. Popped up. This may end the inning. Into center field, it's Wilbur. He comes on and makes the catch. So, after 8 runs cross the plate for Florence, 13 batters to the plate, and 2 managers ejected. We'll see a new pitcher for Florence, and we'll see it in the top of the 5th. It's 14-0 Florence on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Alex Wagner on the mound for Florence here in the top of the 5th after a nearly half hour. Bottom of the 4th inning in which the Freedom plated 8 runs and 2 managers were ejected for the Lexington Legends. And an extended conversation on the mound here between Wagner and his catcher, Lucas Owens. But leading off, it's Austin Newman. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. So Florence is on their 4th time through the lineup, and this is still the 2nd time for Lexington. And the first pitch is up and in for a ball. Cloud cover now overhead as the lights take effect here. 1-0 pitch. Called a strike over the inner half. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Pop fly foul to the backstop. Wagner ahead, 1-2. So we'll see if the Florence pitching staff and Wagner can get a shutdown inning here after scoring 8 runs. Jonathan Tripp's night is over. The 1-2 pitch, right down the middle. Strike 3. That's Austin Newman's 2nd strikeout tonight. So now it's Riley Wilbur. Riley Wilbur struck out his first time up. Wilbur, the lefty, goes up swinging and lines it foul down the third base line. That'll get down toward the Lexington bullpen, where it looks like there's only 1 Legends player in the bullpen right now, which might speak to why the score is 14-0. It is a war of attrition, and Lexington is short-staffed, literally. The 0-1. That one's low and in. Wilbur able to lay off. In the first game today, Riley Wilbur only came up to the plate twice. He singled and then was caught stealing, and he struck out looking. So a couple of strikeouts today. And here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Big swing. Lexington just needs base runners. Got to start a rally somehow. We've only had 5, make it 4 base runners today. 2 of them have been Matt Winokur. Devin Hairston and Peter Bacchino, the only other 2, and Bacchino reached because of a drop third strike. There's a foul ball straight down into the turf from Wilbur. Before I came on the air, I said to you, Aaron, I predicted a 14-0 Freedom victory. Now, we still have at least 2 Freedom at-bats left, but we're standing at 14-0 right now. The 1-2 pitch. Knifed into left field. That's a base hit and only the 2nd Legends hit of the evening. And they're in business here in the top of the 5th. Dalton Cornett up, the lineup turns over. So now we're on the 3rd time through the order. Cornett 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. Time facing Alex Wagner. First pitch. Thought it was over the outer half, but just missed away. A ball and no strikes. One 1-0 with 1 away here in the top of the 5th. That fastball low and away. Haven't really seen any of the fans that have come here tonight head for the exits here, even though it's a 14-0 game. Fans still sticking around on a nice night. A little warm and humid. Second week of August, 2-0 pitch. Fastball away. Wagner's behind 3-0. He'll step off. In a 14-0 game, you'd expect the pitcher to just pound the zone, let the defense do the work behind you. Be as aggressive as you can be. Here's the 3-0. down the middle for a strike. That's a quality strike, too. Started to tail at the end to catch the outer half. Three-one pitch. Low, ball 4. And that's 2 base runners now. Devin Hairston come up with one away. Still a ground ball away from ending the inning.
Got the final line for Jonathan Tripp tonight. Another strong line for the 6'4" right-hander. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Unfortunately, didn't go long enough to get the win. I know in a 7-inning game, conventional wisdom would tell you you'd only have to go 4, but not the rule that we play by, at least in the Frontier League, and adopting that here in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail are the Lexington and Florence organizations. Still got to go 5, so Tripp will not get the chance to get the win, but he looked great.
Devin Hairston takes the first pitch, low and in for a ball. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. He did look very, very clean and efficient tonight.
Talking to him, making our way through the buffet line a couple nights ago in a post-game spread, he was talking about wanting to get the strikeouts up. Well, I think he accomplished that tonight.
1-0 pitch. Hairston high chopper to third. It's cut off. They go to first and get 1 out. Nice play there by Chad Sidio. Both runners advance. And there's 2 away.
Thought for a split second, Sidio might be in the perfect place to swipe a tag on the base runner and throw across the diamond to get a double play, but I don't have the best angle. And obviously trying to run away from the tag would have been Wilbur.
Yeah, I think the tough thing there was that Wilbur was behind Sidio when Sidio fielded the ball, so Sidio would have had to plant, step back, place the tag, then again throw across his body. Easier play to just go with your momentum into first base. And here's a grounder back up the middle, gloved by a Wagner. You know what? He's just going to step on first himself. Unscathed, he gets out of the inning, even though there was a couple in scoring position. And now we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Can Florence continue their streak of scoring runs? They've scored in all 4 at-bats tonight. We'll see if they can do it. In the bottom of the 5th, it's 14-0 Florence on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Leading off here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it's Johnny Knight, the 4th. He singled and scored his last time up in the 4th inning. He's been up now in 3 consecutive innings, and he leads off here in the 5th by taking a ball downstairs for ball 1. 8 runs the last time up for Florence. Knight the fourth takes a strike over the outer half. Counts even at 1. Couple of singles for Knight the fourth today. Flew out to center. This is an explosive bottom of the fourth for Florence. Last time up, 1-1. That one's a fastball up. And this might be Austin Dubsky's game to finish, because I only see one player down there in that Lexington bullpen. Maybe two. It's a little hard to tell. I think there's 2 players. This ball gets to the backstop. Outside, 3-1. Dubsky threw one inning in the first game. 3-1, here it comes to Johnny Knight. Outside, ball 4, and that's how the 5th inning starts. So last time up, 13 men came to the plate for Florence. Austin Riggins, this man has scored twice in the last 2 innings. Can he do it again? Hit a home run in the 3rd. Towering shot into the bullpen in right field. Broke him out of an 0 for 5 with 5 straight strikeouts today. First pitch to him is a strike. He was 0 for 4 in the first game with Golden Sombrero. All 4 via the strikeout. First at bat today, he struck out swinging, then a home run to right. That's how you shake it off and keep moving forward. The 0-1, another high fly ball down the right field line, but it's foul. So he's behind 0-2. Baseball is such a mental game. Got to be able to shake those poor performances at the plate off and keep on trucking forward, and that's exactly what Riggins has done. 2 extra base hits in the last 2 innings and 2 runs scored. That's a way to rebound. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's a strikeout. Brings up Lucas Owens. Reached via an error and then came around to score. 1 through 8 in the order. Scored consecutively in the bottom of the 4th inning. Massey all the way down to Day Suggs, all scored. Then Graves was retired. When Massey came back up, he singled but was stranded at second. Dansborough hit a sac fly. Setio was left at first, and Bumpus ended the inning flying out to center. First pitch to Owens is down the middle for strike 1. Owens also scored after singling and stealing second in the 2nd inning. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. He did go, says home plate umpire Ben Levin. And going from first to second is Johnny Knight the fourth after Jacob Schuler couldn't find the ball. Owens waiting in an 0-2 count. And it's foul to the backstop. Checking in down in Lexington, the Las Leyendas lead the Yawls 8-2. So Florence has not fared as well down in Lexington as they have fared here at home. Although I guess the Florence Freedom would beg to differ after that 24-run outburst.
Yeah, their biggest offensive showing was away from home, but
well, still 2 at-bats left here. 5 outs to work with. The 0-2 drifts inside for ball 1. Could Florence put up another 10 runs here?
Wouldn't put it past them.
After 8 runs last inning. Dubsky taking a long time here, and he's going to step off. Can't get the pitch. No 1-2. We'll have to wait. Lucas Owens steps back into the box, the lefty. Cameron Day-Suggs waiting on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Bounces, dug out by Jacob Schuler, and the count's even at 2. Day-Suggs on deck has had a nice night. Travis Graves, the only one not to score. He's in the hole if the inning extends. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 14-0 Florence. Ground ball back up the middle, and it's gloved by the pitcher. They go back to to second. Now in a rundown, it's Johnny Knight the fourth. He's going to be tagged out. A chance at a double play, and safe at second is Lucas Owens. So Dubsky heads up play to get Johnny Knight. But going into second on the fielder's choice is Lucas Owens. Cameron Day-Suggs singled and scored in the 4th. With 2 outs here in the 5th, comes to the plate. And he takes a pitch over his head. Dubsky completely lost that one, and going into third is Owens. One ball and no strikes to the right fielder for Florence. He takes a fastball down the middle. Only 2 hits for Lexington tonight. A single from Riley Wilbur and a single from Devin Hairston. Nobody's been farther than second base. Oh, beg your pardon. Riley Wilbur got to third in the 5th. But losing his bat there was Cameron Day-Suggs. Looked like the bat stayed intact. He just might need a little pine tar on it. It's behind 1-2. Doesn't go for more pine tar. He'll just step back in. The righty, facing the righty, Dubsky. One ball and 2 strikes. Out of the stretch, Dubsky ready. Well, he's not ready yet. He's going to step off. Take some time. Ball and 2 strikes yet again. Now here it comes. Right down the middle, strike 3. Day-Suggs goes down looking. And we'll head now to the 6th with the Freedom up 14-0. That's the first inning tonight that the Freedom have failed to score. We'll go to the 6th. Florence Freedom leading at 14-0 on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. It's time for the top of the 6th. The Florence Freedom lead the Lexington Legends 14-0, and in for the play-by-play for the final inning and a half is my partner, Aaron Brody.
Thank you, Paul. The Freedom have looked spectacular. They lead this one 14-0 on the heels of an 8-1 victory in Game 1 of this day-night doubleheader at UC Health Stadium. Alex Wagner back on the bump for a second inning of work. He'll square off with the 4-5-6. That begins with Nick King, who swings, puts a good swing on a fastball on the first pitch he sees, lines it into center. But Austin Riggins to his left makes the catch belt high. One pitch, one out for Alex Wagner. Told you Jonathan Tripp made the start tonight. Looked spectacular. 7 strikeouts in 4 innings of work, allowed just 1 hit, which makes back-to-back appearances for Tripp, in which he's allowed just 1 hit over his 4 innings. So he's getting right back to the Jonathan Tripp we know and love. And this guy, Alex Wagner, continuing to get better and better. First pitch fastballs low to Sam Claycamp. Wagner pitched at Mount St. Joseph's here locally from Westchester, Ohio. Got a good frame, 6'4". Gussies it up there around 90 miles an hour, but he'll miss in with the heater to Claycamp, falling behind 2-0. Wagner's got a save on the season. Profiles as a late innings reliever. Not a save situation tonight, however. Third straight fastball misses off the outer edge, and Claycamp can pick out a winner if he's got the green light. It's 3-0. Here comes the righty, and he's on the board. His fastball was there. A called strike to make it 3-1. The Freedom with 2, 3, 1, and 8 in their first 4 innings offensively. A 5-pitch walk to Claycamp. Fastball was below the knees. Looked to have the corner, but a little bit low. But no harm, no foul in a 14-run game. Wagner can pitch around the base runner. Jacob Schuler next in line. Wagner now working from the stretch. Buries a fastball. Falls behind. Sun completely set here at UC Health Stadium. Lights on and in full force. One of the fun aspects of the day-night doubleheaders. You get the best of both worlds. The day game feel and the night game in the nightcap. Fastball splits the plate to even the sequence 1-1. Schuler 0 for 2, popped out, flew out, and 2 at-bats. It'll be something going through the statistics of this game, seeing the Freedom hitters register about 11, 12 at-bats today, if not more. Breaking balls fouled off on the first base side. But yet for the Legends, I think some guys in Game 1 only had 2 at-bats. Yep, Riley Wilbur in the 9-hole in Game 1 only came to the plate twice, whereas Florence hitters, for the most part, all hit 4 times in Game 1, and looking like 5, maybe 6 for certain spots here in Game 2. 1-2 pitch is outside, runner takes off, but pleading no contest behind the plate is Lucas Owens. They don't care. Two pitch, just off the outer edge. It'll be a full count to Jacob Schuler. Wagner deals the payoff and misses down and away. It'll be back-to-back walks for the tall right-hander. Runners at first and second for the Legends, who have only got 2 hits here in Game 2 and mustered all of 3 hits in Game 1. You look up as Chad Rhodes makes a quick visit to calm down Alex Wagner. We'll utilize the opportunity to bring you into the broadcast booth. Aaron Brody, Paul Fritzner, but Paul, you look up in that weekend series with the Florence Yalls and the Legends. At one point, we saw 22 consecutive scoreless innings, and in one doubleheader, you look up now, and the Florence Freedom have hung 10 straight zeros on the scoreboard.
Yeah, this pitching and the defense, everything clicking right now. The offense, don't want to jinx anything, can't knock on wood. This is metal. Maybe this here, corkboard, I don't know. But everything clicking right now for Florence, and all at the same time. And when a baseball team is clicking between the pitching, the hitting, the bullpen, when that's all firing on all cylinders and it's all happening at the same time, it makes for a very dangerous team, and you're seeing that out of the Freedom right now.
Why didn't you tell me my top button was buttoned this whole time?
Well, I was going to, no, see, in solidarity with you, I was going to go that way too. I was going to make a comment to you before the game, because, I mean, that's a choice you got to make.
Yeah.
So I was going to make sure that's the direction we were headed.
Sometimes I just pull my polos over my head and don't even think about it. This must be one of those gaping necks that allows for it.
Yeah, I try to do that, but my head's too big.
Peter Bacchino in the box now in a 1-1 count. Just swung over the top of a breaking ball from Wagner in a 1-0. So his count's even. There is one out. A double play is set up. If Wagner can get it, he'll be out of harm's way here in the 6th. The 1-1. Little inside. Not off by much. So the Freedom have had the fireworks offensively in this game, and the fireworks for the Lexington Legends coming from Eddie Brooks, who was ejected in this game, and the second guy in command, Steve Chandler, tossed as well. Breaking ball down. It'll be 3-1 now to Bacchino as Wagner flirts with 3 straight walks here in inning number 6. But a very interesting day at the yard. Tempers certainly flaring for the Legends, who are fresh off the heels of a sweep and getting handled today in 2 games. Good fastball and a late swing. Bacchino, a rather undisciplined swing in a 3-1 count. That likely would have been ball 4. But he wants to hit. See if that gave Wagner confidence. His payoff on the way. Check swing and a slow roller towards first, but foul. We'll do the 3-2 again. Payoff again and fouled off again. Press box starting to get a little restless. Another long day at the yard, but all smiles when it's the Florence squads producing the way they are. 3rd straight payoff pitch fouled off by Bacchino to extend the at-bat. Got to credit Alex Wagner. He's littered the strike zone after surrendering ball 3. But Bacchino, a pest up there.
You know, Aaron, just while we have a second here, for those of you watching that want to see the statistics for this season, you can go to florenceyalls.com, and under the team there's a tab there for Florence statistics. And a credit to you, Aaron, for making my job easier, your dad or whoever's here in this second chair, and all the hard work you've put in to cultivate these statistics. Anybody can go and find them. It's not just us. It's on the Florence Yalls website, but just another little added layer here to this season.
Thank you for knowing that, Paul. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Wagner wins the war. That's great work. A long at bat, most of which felt like was a 3-ball count. But Wagner gets the K. And that might be all he's asked to do. Find 2 outs here in the 6th. Dennis Pelfrey, a mound visit. We'll cue up his live mic.
Don't call me coach again. No. Yes, he did. He said, thanks, coach. You're welcome, player. This is awesome. What up, dude?
Pelf's always got a good line or two. We'll have the stats and info on the incoming hurler after a quick break on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Thank you. See it.
Brian Boone.
Huh? He is a righty specialist. Definitely not. Oh, you should have heard him out there. You should have heard him out there, baby. He's like, let me turn this off. All right. Good job, player. Huh. Swing. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah, boy, Booner. He's throwing harder. He just stared at him again. You see that? See that, Mike? Look at him. Yeah, keep going.
The new pitcher for the Florence Freedom, looking for 1 out in inning number 6, the lefty from Cincinnati, Ohio, Brian Boone. This guy's a fantastic story, one of many in this 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail, but his might be the best. This guy did not play college baseball, does not have any pro experience, but Dennis Pelfrey
This is gonna be awesome right here.
and Chad Rhodes picked him up at the tryout, liked what they saw,
Booner.
and also wanted to give him all the knowledge in the world of pro coaches because he's a high school coach.
Atta boy.
An early strike
The guy hitting is the head coach.
from Brian Boone. He's facing Austin Newman, and he's ahead in the count 0-1 as the fastball crossed. You heard Pelf saying on the live mic,
He is locked in, baby.
he's locked in and throwing harder. Here's the 0-1. He'll bury it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Third appearance for Boone.
I think he'll swing.
He was able to get his first pro out in his last appearance,
Does not want to get 2 strikes.
and he just needs 1 more here in inning number 6. The 1-1 to Newman.
Hi, Boone.
Fastball out for ball 2.
Under control, kid.
It might be a 14-0 game, but for a guy that doesn't have all the pro experience to fall back on, I bet his adrenaline is through the roof right now. With runners at first and second. A pro atmosphere.
Come on, baby. Easy.
2 1s outside for ball 3.
Hi, Boone.
Yeah, how about that? Dennis Pelfrey, Chad Rhodes,
That's
thinking a step ahead. This guy's kind of putting together the future of the game. He's a high school coach. Let's bring him in. Let's show him how it's done. And he can take and parlay all that knowledge he gets here onto the guys he has on his
Good
teams.
boy. Ooh.
This fastball did not
Come
miss
on.
by much, but it will miss. So the bases will be loaded as Boone issues a walk to Newman. And now he'll look for that
Ground ball, kid.
elusive third out, facing Riley
Keep
Wilbur.
ground the hole.
The Freedom had the benefit of a little bit of breathing room. They lead this one 14-0 in the top of the 6th, and we're only playing
This
7.
was good, huh? Went from the windup that day. Got the guy to ground out.
First pitch to Wilbur.
Good, atta boy.
That's in there for a called strike.
That was so anticlimactic.
Boone into the windup and is 0-1. Skips past Owens, rolling to the backstop.
Eat it.
And the run will score from third base. It's 14-1.
Well, there goes my 14-0 prediction. It's close.
Do your thing, kid. Man, it did not work out how I wanted it to work out.
1 ball and 1 strike to Riley Wilbur. Pitch on the way. Up at the shoulders for ball 2.
Cheek's going to have to go an inning in the 3rd. He can come back Friday or Saturday.
A 2-1 pitch from Brian Boone. A wild pitch to the backstop, but it takes a good Freedom bounce, and the Legends will not try to scamper home another run.
Just got to get that one out, settle down a little bit.
Come on, Boone, cut, kid. Atta boy.
Fastball gets a swing and a miss.
Oh, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Should have been the other guy, though.
A full count. Wilbur 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout.
Just get it close, Booner. Just get it close, Booner.
Here's Boone's payoff.
Oh.
Ball 4, and the bases are loaded again.
Come on, Boone. Find that zone, baby. Show him where it's at, Lucas.
Lucas Owens out to calm him down. Freedom 1 pitch away from swinging the sticks. What you would have to expect is the final time here in Game 2 of our day-night doubleheader at UC Health Stadium.
Or you can finish the inning. If you
This
got the out there,
vaunted Freedom offense has come up
just trying to keep from
with
doing
22 runs in 2 games offensively today.
which is
Paul, if you're averaging 11 a pop, you like your chances to win.
I would agree. I think if you're averaging 5 a pop, you'd like your chances to win.
speeds up the game.
First pitch to Dalton
Come on,
Cornett
lock
at the
in, kid.
eyes for ball 1. Back to the top of the order for the Legends. Now the 1-0. A wild pitch, but scooped up on a nice play by Owens behind the dish.
2 more pitches, baby. Come on. I don't know if we can do it again. The fans are going to hate us. Yeah, that's true.
2-0, and it plunks him.
Atta way to finish your time.
Cornett wears a pitch. He'll get an RBI for that. They have ice. Score will be 14-2. The bases are loaded, and that might be it
Good luck, Harrison.
for Brian Boone. Dennis Pelfrey on the top step, and he will
Ben.
head towards the mound. We'll leave the mic queued up. Let you hear what Pelf says to Brian Boone as he makes another pitching change here in the top of the 6th. Still in search of that final out.
Don't worry, baby. You're going to get that shot again. All right. Good work. Dang, threw the first pitch strike to him, too. You got a little amped. You got a little amped right there. He was amped, wasn't he?
Jared Cheek to take over on the bump for the Freedom after a short break on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network.
All right, Cheek, bases loaded, 2 outs. Do your thing. You got it, Ben. A little different velos, huh? A little different velos. Perfectly designed to not have pitchers VP, baby, so we have to waste my arm. Because, you know, this pitcher's VP is going to be a big one. It's actually going to be kind of cool. It'll be low scoring, though. So many defenders. But we talked about doing 3 teams. So 1 team in the dugout. So it's be pretty cool, too.
Devin Hairston stepping into the box to face the hard-throwing right-hander Jared Cheek in a 14-2 game. The Freedom lead. First pitch.
How many innings? Maybe 3 innings?
Down and away. It'll be ball 1.
Has 3 innings, and the top 2 scoring teams play a 3-inning championship.
This will be a tough adjustment for hitters going from Boone to Cheek in terms of velocity.
Yeah, I like that too. Good boy. Good pitch.
1-0's a little outside. It was the fastball. It'll be ball 2, but Jared Cheek
strike, babe.
Gussies it up there in a hurry. He touched 97 a couple of times last year in his Frontier League season with the Freedom. 2-0 pitch. Went around too far.
Swing, full strike.
Might just let Pelf do the play-by-play. Half swing, full strike.
Oh, Booner. Adam.
2-1 and a late hack at the fastball. There's that Jared Cheek heat. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Freedom by 12.
It's like 100% of the time.
In a 7-inning game.
That's not going to change. Half swings
are 2-2. There's the strikeout. Jared Cheek comes in, slams the door. The Legends will leave 3 on base, but they do snap the scoreless inning streak at 10. It's a 14-2 game at UC Health Stadium. Here come the Freedom, bottom 6 at UC Health Stadium.
Blair.
New arm on the hill for the Lexington Legends as we bring you back to the action in Florence, Kentucky. 14-2, the Freedom to the plate. And what should be their last at bat of the evening, leading by 12. In a day-night doubleheader that they already took the leader 8-1. Well on their way of setting up a sweep opportunity in tomorrow's midweek series finale. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you. Braxton Roxby, the new arm for the Legends, a guy who signed a contract with the Reds organization this offseason. First pitch fastball, high and tight to Travis Graves. It'll be 1-0.
What's that? Yeah, it is. Shiny.
One 0 pitch.
They put that
Slider
white sign
moved
for
right
you
out of the
there, too.
hand, but stayed way up in the zone
They put that up last year, and I'm like, I'm talking
for
to
ball
the GM,
2.
like, hey, that's the worst design ever. Like, why would you?
Roxby readies. And the 2-0 to Graves. That's a good pitch. He found the release point on the slider that time. Dropped it right in there. It's 2-1. Roxby 6'3", 215 out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Third time he's towed the rubber here at UC Health Stadium on the young season. 2-1 pitch. There's the slider again. Graves hit it hard but foul past Pelf in the third base coach's box. Count now 2-2. Right now it's Robbie Rowland on the hook for the loss in this one. Rowland's final line tonight, 3 innings, 12 hits, 11 runs, 8 earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Two, just outside. Good take for Travis Graves, who's getting just tremendous experience in an otherwise lost season for the guy who expected to play college baseball this year after graduating from Archbishop Moeller High School in Cincinnati, a local product. But this will get you ready for that college season. 3-2s outside, good at bat, ball 4. And the Freedom have their leader aboard in the 6th. Back to the top of the order, and Craig Massey. Guy's been back at it again tonight. 2 for 3 with a walk. 2 runs scored, 2 singles. Making his case to be the best leadoff hitter in this battle of the Bourbon Trail. Fastballs on the outer edge for a called strike to Massey. I was going to say of any team playing competitive baseball, but then I realized there is Major League games going on right now. I wouldn't put Massey ahead of every leadoff hitter in Major League Baseball, but fastball misses out to even the count 1-1. However, on that point, Dennis Pelfrey did say in episode 2 of the game report yesterday that he wants Craig Massey to get an affiliated opportunity despite the fact he's already in his young 30s, because he thinks he could hit in the big leagues today.
Wow.
1-1, chasing a high fastball and swinging through it.
That's quite a statement.
That is quite a statement. But Pelf doesn't sugarcoat it. He doesn't make stuff up. He calls it the way he sees it. And he thinks Massey is big league caliber at the plate. Said he's the best hitter he's seen in terms of just pure raw hitting ability. Gets his hands pulled in enough to make contact on this slider that ran way in. Fouling it off the first base side. His count's 1-2. The 1-2 to Massey from Roxby. Upstairs for ball 2. But just a reminder that second and third episode of the game report will be out this week. We kind of had to change the formatting of it because we got Brian White on this edition, got all 3 coaches sitting there, and they went on for an hour and a half, and we're like, why don't we make this 2 episodes? Okay, we'll do. 2-2 pitch, good inside breaker. Massey ruled to have gone around too far. He does not like that call, and neither does Pelf. We just blew air into the live mic. Massey goes down for the second time tonight with a swinging strikeout, and it brings up Brian Danzero, who's up to his old tricks. 2 doubles, a single, couple of RBI, and another landmark night at the dish. Good pitch from Roxby. He's going off-speed heavy, and the slider was on the outer half of the plate for a called first strike. To the man out of Douglasville, Georgia, who has just burst on the scene in this battle of the Bourbon Trail.
That's one way to put it. He has had quite a day today.
He went after a breaking ball, rolled over to third. They'll go to second for 1. They will not get the double play. The throw to first base is wild, but Danzero threw the bag at first, will stay there. They do get the lead runner in Graves at second for the second out of the frame. And Chad Sedio will step in the box, with Danzero moving to second on the wild throw that skipped out of play. So a fielder's choice in an error, allowing Danzero to stand at second. Sedio absolutely crushing his 6th home run of the season and his first at bat here in game 2, a 2-run shot. See if Roxby makes a mistake here in the 6th. Fastball looked to be close, but ruled outside. Sedio hit .275 in AAA just last season, but was released by the Tigers organization. The 1-0 at the shoulders for ball 2. And it really makes you wonder just what else goes into making a major league debut aside from just putting up good enough numbers. Situations are just as important as your production. The guy that's playing your position on the big league club, you don't wish for injury, but oftentimes it takes something like that for guys to get that opportunity to go to the show. Breaking ball for a called strike to Sedio. It's 2-1. But he was always 270s type hitter in the higher levels of minor league baseball. You'll see guys with those numbers get shots all the time when the situation presents itself, but unfortunately it never did for Sedio. Two one. The bender, but outside it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Sedio's got 2 hits tonight, been on base 3 times. He reached on an error in the 4th and scored a run, so he has scored 2 runs in this game. The other, of course, being the 2-run homer in the 1st. He's filling up all columns of the stat sheet here in 2020. Roxby's 3-1. Breaking ball called a strike. Gosh, you feel for the guy. You're in a 3-1 count, and you get that slider on the outside black. Words out. Sedio's probably not going to see too many fastballs the rest of the season from the Lexington teams. Righty readies and fires. And that'll be called strike 3 on the outer half. Sedio down on strikes. Good inning for Braxton Roxby. He kept the Freedom off the board, something they've only done twice tonight. And it happens to be in back-to-back frames of a 14-2 game. We go to the 7th. Florence is 3 outs away from setting up a sweep on Thursday. Welcome back to UC Hell Stadium. The Florence Freedom looking for 3 outs, all that stand in the way of a very convincing sweep of a doubleheader that'll set up a chance for an even larger sweep in the series finale tomorrow. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you. Jared Cheek back on the mound. Early fastball, early strike. He gets ahead of Matt Winokur to lead off the top of the 7th. 14-2 your score. The 0-1. That's downstairs. The slider skip to the plate. Freedom with 14 runs on 15 hits tonight. A swing and a slash the other way, but foul on the grassy berm, out of play. Down the line in left field. Winokur going the other way, but a little too far to the left. Cheek has his sign. The 1-2. Swung on and rifled down the right field line. This is an absolute dart. And it looked to be over the wall, and it was a home run disappearing into the night. A solo shot off Jared Cheek. Matt Winokur turning and burning on the inside heat. That was good work out there in right field by Suggs to kind of grind to a halt in the corner as if that ball was still on the field of play. But ultimately, when you can't produce the baseball, the act will only go so far. So a solo shot makes it 14-3, and now it's Nick King. He swings away and sends a foul ball back to the screen. Oh, 1, a wave and a miss. Cheek ahead 0-2. Popping the mitt, swung on and missed, a strikeout. And Nick King just throws his bat in frustration towards the dugout for the bat boy to get as he walked to the other entrance. That's not the greatest sportsmanship. Throws the bat at the front entrance, walks to the second, makes somebody else pick it up. Sam Claypamp digs in next, and he'll lean back from a high fastball.
Both teams now with 11 strikeouts.
The 1-0 is hammered to left field. This will be a base hit. Claycamp's aboard. First hit of the night. Brings up Jacob Schuler. Cheek, the guy that's been living dangerously at times, but seemingly always comes through. Fastball and a late swing. It's 0-1 to Jacob Schuler. But Cheek twice has seen the bases become loaded during his outing. In each of those first 2 instances, he would get out of the inning unscathed, striking out the side thereafter. Fastball commanded and a called strike 2. Cheek also leading all Florence pitchers in appearances in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. This his 4th. Looking for the outer edge to the lefty hitter, but he didn't find it. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Bottom falls out of this off-speed pitch. Schuler started to go, but did not. It's 2-2. 2-2 pitch, a shoe shiner for ball 3. Cheek got the third and final out in the 6th inning and did so with a strikeout, bringing his total up to 11 strikeouts on the season. In 6 1/3 innings of work, he's getting about 2 an inning. Payoff pitch is low, and Schuler will reach via the base on ball. So Cheek, to your point a couple days ago, maybe he just needs to create the adrenaline that he needs with the bases loaded situations. He's got runners at first and second.
Yeah, maybe.
Can't really make that kind of stuff up to twice have the bases become loaded, and in all 3 of those instances, that's when he decides he's going to turn it on. New hitter is Peter Bacchino, and a first pitch fastball to him will be down and away for ball 1. One 0's in there for a called strike. Fastball pops out of the mid of Owens, and both base runners will move up 90 feet as it rolls towards the Florence Freedom dugout railing. 2-1 Cheek behind. I hadn't actually updated my book. Missing 1 strikeout for Cheek, the one he got in this inning to Clay Camp, so he is averaging 2 strikeouts an inning with 12 total Ks on the season in his 6 innings of work. 6 1/3, call it 6. 2-1. Lifted in the air, out of play on the right field side. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bacchino. Cheek the 4th arm to throw for the Freedom in this one. Jonathan Tripp going 4, Wagner 2/3. Boone did not record an out, and then Cheek breaking balls down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open. Foul ball on another heat fastball from Jared Cheek. The at-bat continues.
Line drive to Massey, and the catcher at second is going to take off.
3-2 pitch, a line shot up the middle into center, a base hit. One Legend will score, and they'll play it safe, station to station. Runners on the edges with 1 out. Now 14-4 at UC Health Stadium.
Rich, if he goes out for a mound visit, which will be next hitter, then we'll make that change, okay? Yeah.
First pitch on the way to Austin Newman. Fouled back to the screen. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch hit hard towards short. Danzero in front, has just 1 play. It's to first, and it skips away from Craig Massey. Another Legend will score. Backside runner at second, and Jacob Schuler moving up to third base. Make that Peter Bacchino moving up to third. Schuler scored the run. It's 14-5.
Lucas, you okay? You get Rich to. You sure? Yeah, I'll be fine, man. You sure? I don't.
Dennis checking on Lucas Owens, who may have been shaken up a bit on a foul ball in this half inning. Brian Jett enters the fray. Chad Rhodes utilizing the chance to have a word with Jared Cheek. Runners on the edges, 14-5, getting a little bit sloppy defensively and on the mound for the Freedom in the finishing stages of this game. Ultimately, you still feel good about their chances. They need 2 outs, still have 9 runs of cushion, but you don't want to give the other team momentum going into the finale tomorrow.
No, certainly not. And the way this is going right now, you just need to settle in and do what you can to get 2 outs. It's like I was saying earlier, when you're up by this many runs, you're up by 9 runs, just throw the ball in the zone, let the defense do the work right there. You thought maybe the defense was going to do the work. An error gives Lexington some more life, but still just 2 outs left to work with, and Lexington has to score 9 runs. Have a little momentum right now, but you still have to feel pretty good about your chances.
It's Riley Wilbur. Cheek aims and fires, gets a swing and a foul ball to jump ahead 0-1. Well, I've got to give you your props, Paul. You absolutely called it. First game flew by, so you predicted, I can't remember if it was on air or not, but you predicted a marathon game 2. You nailed it. Fastball called a strike to Wilbur. It's 0-2.
And we're only playing 6.5 innings, assuming Lexington doesn't tie the game here.
A swing and a foul ball back off the screen. Another foul ball from Riley Wilbur. It won't go down in an 0-2 count. Fights to stay alive. "12 minutes away from a 3-hour game, and it's only a 7-inning affair." Fastball in on the hands, fouled off the netting. Still 0-2. Owen cycling through the signs. Cheek, a couple of shakes, now a nod in agreement. The 0-2. Popped up. Thought you had a souvenir there.
Thought for a second that might get over. That would have been it. That's exactly what you need. Something that barely clears that netting. There was one the other day about 15 feet to our left that would have probably done the trick.
0-2, foul tipped, but into the mitt of Lucas Owens. Jared Cheek has out number 2 and his 3rd strikeout tonight, bringing that season-long total up to 13. First pitch to Dalton Cornett, called strike. Foul ball and a 2-strike count.
Now can they close it out right here?
I like their chances. Jared Cheek 0-2 can pick his pitch. It's not behind. What'll it be? Here it comes. A high fastball that was fouled off the screen. Another 0-2. Down and in. Close pitch. One-two from Cheek. Just a hair outside. Ben Levin strike zone got 2 Legends coaches ejected in this game. Does seem to be opening and closing inning to inning. 2-2. Line drive to center. Well stung. And this is going to drop in for a base hit. One more Legend will step on home plate. And runners are at the corners again as the score moves to 14-6. As the Legends put up a 4 spot here in the top of the 7th.
Well, not over yet.
Shelton Cornett coming through. The second RBI of the day. He earned his first one wearing a pitch just 1 inning ago. And Devin Hairston is the 9th man to come to the plate for the Legends here in the 7th inning. That is not finishing strong. 3 outs away from a victory. High fastball for ball 1. Matt Winokur, who launched the solo homer to start the frame, swinging the bat on deck. Cheek will step off, want to collect himself. A swing and a high fly ball on the infield. It's in foul ground on the third base side. Chad Setio with the basket catch. And that'll do it. A sloppy 7th, but still an 8-run victory for the Freedom, who put the finishing touches on a sweep in today's day-night doubleheader, and will hope to break out the brooms with a series on the line tomorrow in the finale. Up 2-0 already on the Legends, who have lost now 5 straight heading in to the third and final game between these two teams tomorrow at UC Health Stadium. Back to recap both games that we saw in an elongated Florence Freedom postgame show next from UC Health Stadium. Welcome back inside UC Health Stadium as we segue into the Florence Freedom postgame show. Aaron Brody here, Paul Frischner there. We saw a couple of games today in a day-night doubleheader, and the Freedom really dominating both of them, but leaving you with a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth after the slow finish to this game. The Lexington Legends scoring 6 runs in their last 2 innings at the plate. They did salvage some momentum going into the finale tomorrow, but all things considered, the Freedom rolled today.
Yeah, 6 runs in the last 2 innings certainly isn't the way that you want to close out a day like today when you put up 22 runs total offensively. But there are worse things than winning a game by 7 runs and 8 runs respectively. And yes, you would have liked to have won this one maybe, in the 14-2 range when you felt like you had chances there to put them away. But at the same time, it was really just a chance for the Florence pitching staff to go out there and get some experience there late in the game. And we've harped on it a lot. There were times when, without guys on base or in a 14-0 game, you just go out there and you're going through the motions, and you got to remember, hey, we got to get these outs here or else we are going to be in a sticky situation. And luckily it never came to that for Florence, and the offense came through, especially in that 4th inning. 8 runs scored. The first 8 batters that came to the plate in that inning scored, and that was the difference today.
Yeah, anytime you can string together hits and runs like the Freedom did throughout both contests today, you're really putting yourself in a great position to win ball games. And what do you know? They're 2-0 on the day. But we've talked about this offense, the murderer's row 1 through 9, time and time again already. And for good reason. We're seeing it firsthand. 22 runs on 27 hits today in a doubleheader.
That's just incredible. I mean, that is video game type numbers. And the Florence Freedom put on a show today. But it's not like this is an outlier. We've seen them do it. This is what, the 4th game now that we've seen them put up these kinds of numbers. This is incredible stuff from this Florence Freedom lineup.
No doubt about it. Austin Riggins got off the schneid today, had 5 strikeouts in his first 5 at-bats, spanning 2 different games today. But he gets the home run, the RBI double. He takes home player of the game in Game 2 today. Good to see Riggins swinging a little hotter in the tail end of Game 2, and he showed what he can do when he does make contact. He hits the ball a long way. He's got 3 homers on the year.
Yeah, baseball's like golf. You make some mistakes, but you got to be able to filter those mistakes out, and you got to be able to just keep going forward, and that's exactly what happened. He's 0 for 5 on the day with 5 strikeouts, but he comes into his 6th at-bat here tonight in the 3rd inning, and he goes deep to right field, a little late on the swing, and he just absolutely destroyed a baseball into the Florence bullpen. Good swing, and then he comes up the next time and doubles in a run. He comes around and scores himself, and that's the kind of thing that helps you build some momentum and get your confidence back.
Speaking of confidence, is there a man in Florence, Kentucky right now more confident than Brian Danzero? 6 more hits for Danzer today. 3 in Game 1, 3 in Game 2. The guy is on a tear like I've never seen, and that you don't usually see in the game of baseball.
I like to think of myself as a confident man, but Danzero certainly.
You're second.
Certainly confident today, and just the way he was swinging the bat. His first 3 at-bats, double, single, 2 runs scored. Then in his 4th at-bat, a measly sac fly to score a run. So he's still contributing even when he's retired and he doesn't get on base. The man is locked in right now at the plate, and at the top of the order, he's batting in the 2nd spot. At the top of the order, that's the kind of production that you need to set the table for the rest of the offense. And when you get into that 3, 4, 5, you look at Sedio, who had a home run today, Bumpus, who he scored a run tonight. Johnny Knight scored a run tonight. Great offensive output, and it starts there at the top. And a guy like Danzero is a great table setter.
I'm glad you brought up Johnny Knight the 4th. I feel like for all of the superlatives he's already put on film this year, he doesn't get as much pub as guys like Sedio. Danzero is getting a lot more attention now with the success he's having at the plate, but they call him Johnny Tanktown Knight for good reason. 4 more hits for Johnny Knight the 4th today, 4 RBIs, just another guy. You could go on and on, but as you mentioned, thumper in the middle of the order. There's no easy outs, but Johnny Knight also dialed in right now. Had 4 RBIs to lead everybody today.
Yeah, he was spectacular, and I mean, you can single any one of these guys out and talk about what they contributed to this lineup today, and it just speaks to the depth that Florence was able to build and the success that this team is continuing to have on the field.
So those are a couple of the guys, or a handful of guys that are really swinging a hot stick offensively right now, but we would be remiss if we didn't talk about Nick Bennett, Jonathan Tripp, 2 big-time arms that got 2 starts today. Tripp didn't go long enough to get the win in Game 2. Alex Wagner improves to 1-0 on the season, going an inning and 2/3 in relief, but Nick Bennett, Jonathan Tripp, 2 of the very best arms in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, and particularly Bennett, who did get the win, his first of the 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail. The guys looked fantastic today, and we saw Bennett go 6 frames.
And the one thing, too, with Bennett was spectacular. He was working with quick pace. He was efficient. He was working in the strike zone. He was just – he was – it's hard to describe how he was placing his pitches because he was just so effective. And you don't want to keep saying that over and over and over and using the same verbiage, but there's really – no other way to put it, just because of how he was sequencing his pitches. He knew what he wanted to throw. He had command of his pitches. He was hitting his spots. That's all you can ask for. And then in the second game, you talked about it early on in the game with Jonathan Tripp, how when we were talking to him the other day, he mentioned he wanted to get that strikeout total up, and he was able to do that in game 2. He didn't get the win, but he was still able to go out there and pitch successfully.
Absolutely. 4 innings of 1 hit baseball for Jonathan Tripp. He did not allow a run, and he struck out 7 to 2 walks. So Tripp got the strikeout numbers up. He's continuing to get more and more confident with every appearance, and we all know how good Jonathan Tripp is when he is at his A-self best. We've seen it time and time again here at UC Health Stadium. So we'll take you back to the field cam as we stick our nose in our book and read you the official line scores for tonight. We'll start with game 1. It was an 8-1 Freedom victory. Nick Bennett, of course, getting the victory in that game on the bump. Tim Brown falls to 0-1. Suffering the loss. The Freedom out-hit the Legends 12 knocks to 3 in that one. The Legends out-miscued the Freedom 1 error to none. Lexington leaving 4 men on base to the Freedom's 7. That game played in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Before the nightcap tonight, a 14-6 victory for the Freedom. 15 more base hits for Florence in that one, out-hitting the Legends by 9. 6 base knocks, and the vast majority of which, 5 of which, came in 2 of their last 3 innings offensively. So the Legends finishing strong in that game, but still out-hit 15-6 in a 14-6 final score. 2 errors for the Legends defensively in the nightcap tonight. Florence made 1 mistake, and it was in the 7th. Lexington leaving 11 men on base. Florence stranded 7, but still produced 14 runs and an 8-run victory to set up an opportunity to break out the brooms. Looking for a sweep of a midweek series tomorrow when they take the field here at UC Health Stadium. A 6:35 first pitch. Gates open at 5:35. And as always, we'll have the call of the action right here on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. The nightcap played in 2 hours and 50 minutes. Game time temperatures 81 degrees, mostly cloudy skies for a 8-run victory for the Freedom. Signing off from UC Health Stadium for Paul Fritchner, I'm Aaron Brody. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow